What's up? It's Kurtchair85, and I'm back with another video. I'm currently outside. I'm outside my job, filming this. I just got off work, and it's about 10:30. But that's my own fault, and I don't mind doing it later. That's not really a problem for me. But it has been quite, not gonna lie, pretty stressful. Like couple of weeks, just like very hectic and stuff. And I think it would do me some good to just talk about movies with you guys. And yeah, I'm excited. Today we're talking about like all my favorite Neon movies. Again, I said this in my A24 video, but I think like saying that you like a certain company that makes movies is very silly. And I'm not like condoning like ranking these is not me saying like Neon's the best or like A24 makes the best movies or whatever. It doesn't matter what company makes the movies. It's an individual thing. But it is a fun way to categorize movies, and it is a easy way to like rank them and like see on average which company I like more. That doesn't mean I'm gonna like look forward to their releases more, but it's just interesting. I don't know. But with that being said, I guess let's just get started. Okay, so the first so there's not as many this time. I've only seen 25 of Neon movies. I've seen like 71 A24 movies, which is shocking because I really like Neon's marketing a lot of the time, so it kind of surprises me that I haven't seen as many, but I guess they just haven't put out as much. But lowest I have is The Monkey. This movie I was really looking forward to it. I remember I was like begging my brother to go see it with me when it came out, and he wouldn't, so I just went alone. And I've never been more disappointed in a theater. I saw it twice in theaters. Second time just to make sure. And yeah, it is not good in the slightest. Osgood Perkins has a unique voice that I think works a lot in another movie he made that will be on this list. Works a lot better. But in this one, he tries to go for a lot more of like a kooky, kind of like goofy tone. And he tries to be a lot funnier with this movie, in a lot less subtle way than in Longlegs, I'll just say. But yeah, it just does not work for me. It's not very funny, not very scary. The kills are not as like crazy as they were kind of set out to be. There's a few crazy ones, but just a really big disappointment. And I think its themes were very half-assed and very like thrown in. They don't feel very, I don't know, they don't feel very fleshed out in my opinion. And I don't know, I think Osgood Perkins needs to slow down because he has 2 movies coming out next, and I don't know. We'll see. Next, I have Ingrid Goes West. Aubrey Plaza and Elizabeth Olsen doing a little influencer thriller movie. And I really like Aubrey Plaza in this. I really like Elizabeth Olsen, and it has been a second since I've seen this one, so give me some slack. But it was I remember this being very on the nose and very much in my face, and also felt a little bit mean at times, and felt a little like it was targeting the wrong people at times. Like it was punching down on people that didn't deserve that. And yeah, let's look at my review for it. I relate to Ingrid, and I think the message of the film is trying to portray what people need to hear, but it's done in such a boring and unoriginal way that makes me hard to grasp onto. That is another point about this movie, is it feels very plain. It doesn't feel like it has really that much like pizzazz or like unique qualities about it, in my opinion. It kind of just felt like the director really relied on the actors to do this, and they do a good job, but they can't carry the whole movie. You can't carry a whole movie just acting. So yeah, that's my take. Next, I have Hell of a Summer. I think it's really cool that Finn Wolfhard like directed and made a movie, and that it is pretty funny at times, and that it does feel like just a very fun kind of like starter horror movie. But it is also very unfunny a lot of the times. The acting is never really great. It's never terrible. It's never great. And the whole killer thing is just like, or the whole like reveal is not that great, and it's just a very like average kind of like slasher movie that you would find in the 80s, which is definitely what it's going for, but it doesn't really do that much to like elevate what it's doing. Sorry about that. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But it doesn't really do that much to like elevate those movies in a way that felt like meaningful, or really in a way that felt loving, except for like references and stuff. I don't know. Also, speaking of the plane, I am near like a pretty busy road, and I have heard a few sirens like driving past, so sorry if there's some sirens. Next I have Immaculate with Great Genes, Sydney Sweeney. This one's great. Sydney Sweeney kills it, especially in this frame that's on the poster. You know, she does scream good. You know, I actually wouldn't say that she kills it, though. There's a lot of scenes where she feels very dull, and it's kind of crazy, you know, casting her as a nun, which I think that's very subversive and cool to cast Sydney Sweeney as a nun, but she just can't really play it a lot of the time. But when she needs to, like, bring it and not be a nun and be more of, like, a scared animal kind of vibe, I think she really does good at it. And yeah, again, it's just kind of like it doesn't feel like it does too much. I think where it goes ultimately ends up being like very corny and not very good. Jesus, why is there so many things in the air that make noise going right now? I think where this movie ends up going is not really for me. It goes in like kind of a weird direction that I don't know. But next I have Sanctuary. This movie's great. Margaret Qualley and Christopher Abbott, two of my favorite actors in the movie. Like, sign me up. I really did have fun with this. I think their dialogue in this movie is so fun, which it mostly is just dialogue. It's mostly just them arguing. I almost said debating. No, they're fighting. They're arguing. And it's very sexy. It's filmed in a very fun way. There's a lot of really intense and cool like twists and turns that, you know, had my mouth on the floor. I had a great time with this. It feels a little slow and undercooked at times. Like, I don't know. It just felt a little undercooked. I felt like there could have been a lot more that was done with this, but again, it really hits when it does. Next I have Bad Hair. Bad hair. Talk about my hair right now. I need a haircut. This one's alright. I don't remember this one at all. I'm not gonna lie. I think I remember it being pretty good, pretty standard. Like, it doesn't really do that much with the bad hair. It kind of tries to, if I'm remembering correctly, it tries to kind of like weave it into like being black in America, if I'm right, and like how hair is and like other factors are so still like contribute to racism. And like, why am I like saying this in such a weird way? I'm just saying that this is the movie and I think it's okay. I don't think it does. I don't think it did it in like a great way. But also, I don't remember this movie. Why did I start talking about stuff that I don't even know about? Just forget that. Next, I have a documentary, Beba. This was pretty good. It was like a self-made documentary about her life. And I think it's really cute and inspiring, and I think it goes in a cool way. Just documentaries aren't typically my thing. I think I would have gotten a lot more out of this if I could be more engaged with documentaries. But for what it is, I think it's really impactful and great. So yeah. Next, I have Cuckoo with Hunter Schafer. This one got very mixed reviews. I think it's very good. I think it was very fun. A lot of really scary moments, and the monster in this movie, for the most part, is really cool, and I really like the way it's done. And I like how, you know, it's not very like obvious with what it's like trying to say, or what it's about even, or like what's going on. Like, you don't really know how a lot of the shit in this movie is happening, but I like movies like that because what matters is that it's happening, okay? And this goes balls to the walls with it, and I really enjoy a lot of scenes in this, and I think Hunter Schafer absolutely kills it. I'm so glad to be seeing her in, like, I don't know, just like different roles that don't, I don't know. Next I have Longlegs. We have Osgood Perkins. Very effective marketing. We all know about the marketing for Longlegs, but ultimately the movie, I think, did end up being pretty good. Maybe a little bit of a letdown just because of the marketing, and also just because of the third act really falls apart a little bit. But I think, what's her name as the main role? I forget her name. It's not Callie Spaney, is it? Drop it in the comments below. But she kills it, and Nicolas Cage kills it. Nicolas Cage is amazing in this movie. I don't care what anybody says. And he's freaky and creepy. And I think that this does its themes a lot better, of just like parenthood or like parental trauma and childhood trauma, and I really enjoy it. I think it's fun. Yeah. Infinity Pool. I've seen this twice, and Mia Goth continues to stun me because her performance in this is incredible. Everybody's incredible in this. I really like what it says about rich people and just their power, their exceedingly excessive power, and it only gets more and more relevant every day. I like the ending to this movie. It's very poignant, and it's really good. It's pretty intense at times, so yeah, get with it. Next I have Palm Springs. Maybe I would put this below Infinity Pool. This one's good though. I watched it. I feel like I've watched it 3 times. It feels like a comfort movie to me. It's kind of like a Groundhog Day comedy type thing that kind of gets science-y, which I like. I think it's fun and cute. It's a little bit, overdone and underbaked, and like the whole third act kind of comes out of nowhere at times, but I like how existential it feels, and I like Andy Samberg, and I think it's a really fun movie. So we have Memorial. I don't know if you can, yeah, this is on Canopy now, but whenever I saw it, I was under the impression that it would only be in theaters, and I was like, wow, I'm seeing something exclusive. And then now it's on like streaming, but this is definitely a movie that is made for the theaters because the sound in this film is so important to what it is doing. I still don't really know what it was doing, but I know that the sound of it is important. And if you do decide to watch this, just watch it with headphones, because it's literally like sound design showcase almost. But Tilda Swinton does kill it, and I think it moved me. It's one of those movies that moves you even though you don't really know why you are being moved. Kind of like the song Gnarly by Cat's Eye. So yeah, next up I have this. This one's good. A longin', but it's good. It's kind of an eat the rich type satire, and the roles get reversed at one point, and it's good. The acting is pretty good. It does feel so on the nose, and it also feels so eat the rich diet, like eat the rich from the rich, eat the rich, like say about eating the rich, they're like, yeah, we're bad, but, I don't know, but it's an entertaining watch. It's good. Yeah, I feel like I'm in a triangle of sadness sometimes. Don't know what that means. Brandon Cronenberg. You know what else is uncut in this movie? Fucking dicks that are in it. There's so many fucking dicks, loose dicks, not woman dicks, but nothing wrong. Nothing would be wrong with that. Also, I don't think they're uncut. I just said that because I wanted to bring up how much nudity there is in this. But yeah, this is one of the most like brutal movies to watch. I'm thinking of like 2 scenes in specific that are excruciating. But it is really good and effective and scary, and I love how sci-fi and futuristic it is, and how real it feels at the same time. I just really like this one. I think it's one that I need to rewatch, and I think I would like it a lot more. Um, I think, yeah, I don't even remember what I wouldn't have liked about this, but there's a lot of cool things with colors and visual effects, and I think Brandon Cronenberg, this is like his best stuff, and I can't wait. I think he's very good, and this is like an example of Nepo babies being okay with me, because this is really like, it feels original and very innovative and new. So, because everybody gets jobs because of their parents, okay? But if like Nepo babies are acting shitty or making shitty movies, then I'm gonna be like, fuck Nepo babies, fuck you for being a Nepo baby. But if you're making good shit like Brandon Cronenberg over here, then it's okay, in my opinion. Next, I have Presence. This is like a first-person horror movie from the point of the ghost. This should not work as well as it does. I think it works really well. Steven Soderbergh is very impressive to me that he was able to weave this together so well, and like make it ultimately about like family and like the struggles and like love that comes from it. Like it's great. I think it's great. And I think it's very tight. It knows that it's very gimmicky, and it doesn't try and like play it out. It doesn't try and do too much with it. I feel like it's doing just enough with its setup, and I think it's great. Yeah. I have Life of Chuck. A very fun, very cute movie. A lot of dancing in this one. Very rightfully so. I think that the ending of this one is not like my favorite of all time. I don't think it's like the best. I don't think it rounds out the first two acts in a very like satisfying way, but the first two acts are really great in my opinion, and feel like very just celebratory of life in general and how beautiful it is. Yeah. Who knew Stephen King could be so sweet? Next I have Robot Dreams. Something to remember in September. That's my review for this movie. Very cute, very good. Crimes of the Future, Brandon Cronenberg. I don't know what the fuck happened in this movie. Look, I'm gonna be real. I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but I know it looked hella cool. And I know that I love David Cronenberg, and I know he would never steer me wrong, and I know that I like this movie, and I like all of its weirdness and all of its tentacles and all of its fucking third eyes and fifth ears and all of its freakiness. I love that surgery is the new sex, okay? I think it's genius. It's so cool. I have Anora. How do I do a Mikey Madison impression? I want y'all to know, I'm not going to elaborate on this, but I'm 2 steps from Mikey Madison. Yeah. So, do with that what you will. Literally no one cares. Yeah. Well, your son hates you so much that he married one just to piss you off. How was that? I feel like that was pretty good. But yeah, love this one. Love is a strong word, but I really like it. I think Sean Baker really cares about the people he films, and I just think I'm over the whole rhetoric of this being like infantilizing and stuff, even though like I've only seen that 2 times and it literally won Best Picture, so I need to shut the hell up. But yeah, I think it's very caring, and it knows how talking about is, but it also doesn't treat it like it's like a sore subject or like it's something we need to be careful around. It's just very plain and ends up being very empathetic and very, great. I have Revenge. Did y'all know this was Neon? Did y'all know this movie? This is Coralie Farge, her first feature-length movie. What is that movie? This is the person that made The Substance. What is that name? That's what I was going to say. That was my impression of you. What is that name from? That's the director of The Substance. Who was nominated at the Oscars this year. It's so cool. I love it. Or last year. But Revenge is just as good, maybe even slightly better than The Substance in some ways. I think The Substance is a lot more, insane and has a lot more things going on and is a lot more like innovative. But this is an insanely good RAPE revenge movie that is made by a woman, first of all, and is so brutal and so gross and so awesome and so kick-ass that I literally can't do anything but just love this and love everything that it's saying. It's very plain with what it's trying to put out there, just like The Substance was. It's just trying to say fuck you, fuck rapists, duh. And I love it. I mean, it's revenge is in the title, okay? And it's just a blood-soaked mess of awesomeness. And this is French extreme. This is still the French extremity movement still goes on, okay? If y'all think French extremity has died, you need to watch Revenge. You need to watch Raw. You need to watch Titan. French people are still freaky as fuck. You freaky frog! Alright. I have Parasite. Ooh, 4.5. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember why I gave it a 4.5 last time. I know I had a good reason. But, yeah, it's pretty perfect. It's pretty much perfect. I think it was something near the end or something. I don't know. But, Parasite, what do I have to say about Parasite, okay? Going into it blind is one of the best things you could possibly do if you somehow fucking haven't seen Parasite. Just what a freaking thrill. What a freaky frill. You freaky frog. Flea. This is an animated movie / documentary about the story of an immigrant coming to America and how brutal that was and how hard it was. And it is one of the most moving films I've ever seen. I think it's absolutely incredible and is so delicate and caring in its story. And I think it's so much, it's even more relevant now than ever, almost. It's such an important movie, I think, that people see and understand, especially people who are having trouble understanding in this time. I think this is just so good. Also, he's gay, so that's on top of it. It's just a lot going on. So, yeah, but this one's incredible. I have Petite Maman. This is a very petite movie, very short movie. Is that what petite is? Petite is small. It's a short movie, whatever. But this is a kind of sci-fi movie, I guess you could say, but it's not. It's not space. It's more of maybe fantasy. But it's not fantasy, it's a very real movie. But it's about a girl that meets her mom when she was her age. And it is the sweetest movie I've ever seen, and I cried, and it just made me miss people that aren't in my life anymore, and it made me love life even more. It made me see beauty in a lot of life, or a lot of sections of life, and just being a kid and appreciating my child. It's just beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with it, okay? Some of the best child acting I've ever seen in my entire life, genuinely. I can't recommend this movie enough. It really is powerful. What did I just say about Titan? There it is. There it is, my number 2 spot. Titan. More come on, because this is my shit, okay? I want to see car sex. I want to see fucked up shit. I want to see horny people doing horny shit. I want to see horny people doing violent shit. And I want to see it all come together to be one of the sweetest father-daughter movies I've ever seen. And to genuinely move me to tears during one of the most excruciating scenes I've ever watched. Not because of how gross it was, but because of how beautiful it was. And that is something only Julia Ducournau could do. And again, just go into this with a very like open mind, I guess. I think if you get it, you'll get it, and if you don't, you don't. But oh my gosh, I just thought of this one scene in this movie that's so bad. Yeah, go into this prepared. But overall, it doesn't do that as a cheap thing. It does it to serve the themes and what it's trying to say and how it does it so well. And I just can't get enough. I want to rewatch it right now. I mean, I could watch this. I could fall asleep to this every night, you know? My number one movie is She Dies Tomorrow, okay? She Dies Tomorrow is one that is very special to me and feels very like... I just like love it so much, guys. Like, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm being so dead fucking serious. Like, the use of color in this movie is something, and you know how much I love color in movies, is something to behold. Okay, it is like a constant color onslaught that is so beautiful and terrifying. The acting in this movie is also incredible, and they know exactly what the tone of this film is, which is slightly funny, mostly dark, some dark humor in there. And this film is so existential, and I feel like I just feel like this film gets it, you know? It just gets it, and this is how I feel with We're All Going to the World's Fair, kind of. It's just a movie that really gets it and understands, like, the fear of dying and the fear of, you know, not being able to do what you love anymore, and kind of having the things that you love matter so much in your life, and, you know, just how important it is to not lose hope in this terrible time and just to love each other. It's just, but it's also it's very dark, and you don't have to read it like that. There's so many different interpretations, and I just love the way that this movie's paced. I love the way it separates the characters from each other, but it does what they need to do together. I like that there's a few little breaks where we can chill, but then there's also some, like, earth-crushing realizations in the movie that are just, like, so intense. The score in this movie is incredible, and it feels like, it sounds like the colors in the movie look, and it's a perfect movie in my opinion. I think it's one that, like, really inspires me, and just how, like, bold it feels to me. I mean, Titane is a lot more like sorry, that was embarrassing. Titane is a lot more like big scope, a lot bigger story, but She Dies Tomorrow feels so personal and feels so quaint in a lot of ways. It just, like, it edged it out for me, and I just love this movie in all of its glory. But yeah, that's my complete Neon list. I'll make it public after I upload this video. But yeah, I really enjoyed talking about movies, guys. I appreciate you for watching if you did. I really appreciate you. I don't know what else to say. I like talking about movies a lot, and yeah, hopefully seeing some good ones soon. Him is coming out soon, and yeah, I'm just excited. I think movies they went through kind of a lower area, you know, this year, but I feel like they're gonna be on the come up, so hopefully. But yeah, I think that's it for me today. I really appreciate you for watching again, and yeah, go watch a Neon movie. I hope. Let me know if you got a rec from this movie or from this video, and you, like, watched a movie or something, or you found out about a new movie. And let me know any new movies that I should watch. I love recommendations. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me today. Appreciate you for watching, and Kurtur85 out.